Hey everyone, it's Zahava. Welcome back to the channel. As you could probably tell, right now I am not actually at home filming anywhere in my apartment. I'm in a hotel room. I am in the Dominican Republic as I am filming, and the reason that I am recording now is because yesterday on my way here, I was trying to sort out which books I was going to be taking with me, and I managed to select one that is going to be the first one that I'm reading for the theme of this video, which are books that have wolves on the cover. And this one here is The Girl in Red by Christina Henry, and of course it has this gorgeous cover with a wolf on it. So it is kind of a retelling of the Little Red Riding Hood story, which if you guys have been here a minute, you know that I love a good fairy tale retelling. It's always a win for me. And yeah, this one is actually really giving, and I'm happy that I decided to go with this one because I have like 3 Christina Henry books on my bookshelf. I think I have The Lost Boys, which is a Peter Pan-ish type story, and I also have Good Girls Don't Die, which is a horror, so maybe I have 4. And then I have the mermaid one, the one with the mermaid cover. So I have a few Christina Henry books, none of which I had read previous to starting this one, but it took a leap of faith, and I'm so glad I did because her writing is really fantastic, really fantastic. I'm having such a great time with this one. I am just about 49 pages in, so around about chapter 2, chapter 3, and I really like it. So Red Riding Hood is a biracial amputee. So she had her leg amputated when she was 8 years old, and her mother is black and her father is blonde and white, and she's got like bright blue eyes but very dark skin. And again, as I said, she's an amputee, so it's like just a really kind of interesting character to begin with. And also, of course, Red is her nickname. It's not obviously her name. Her name is Cordelia, and we follow her in a sort of a dystopian society, kind of very pandemic-y situation where there is a disease that's kind of taken over this world that she's living in. And when we're introduced to her, she's kind of like on her own, and she's trying to survive and make her way to Grandma's house to make sure that Grandma is okay, but also because Grandma lives alone in the woods, it's kind of like a safe haven that would be away from whatever disease has caused this global pandemic. And she is also trying to get away from the government's forced quarantine centers that she doesn't want to have to be a part of. So basically that is where we are in the first 50 or so pages of this book. I can't really tell you much more about it because I don't really know where the story is going, but so far so good. Again, very beautiful, very sophisticated writing from Christina Henry. The reason I mention it is because you guys will probably know this already by the time you guys see this video, but so you'll have to remember back to previous videos, but actually just this morning I DNF'd Assistant to the Villain because the writing was just, I don't even know what that was. So I probably will have spoken to you about this in the July reading wrap up, just saying how I DNF'd the book, but that was a book that I tried a chapter because as I was trying to select my books to pick with me to come on this holiday, I couldn't really decide what I wanted to bring, so I decided to pull a few random books off of my physical TBR, read a chapter of each one of the books, and decide which 2 out of the 3 I was going to take with me. So The Girl in Red made it to that list, and then the second book that made it to that list is The Kingdoms, but we're not going to be talking about that one for this vlog because it doesn't obviously have a wolf on the cover, but just to let you guys know, because I don't know if or when or how the order of these videos are going to come out, so you might be hearing things more than once, but hopefully you're in it for the ride. So yeah, this super good so far. I'm probably going to end up finishing it. The idea is definitely to end up finishing it on this trip. Then I'll probably end up finishing that one, but for this vlog, it's going to be this one, and I will let you guys know at the end of it what it's about, what I thought, all that jazz, and then we will continue on to the next book with a wolf on the cover and so on. So yeah, The Girl in Red, book 1 of this episode, and I hope that you guys will stick around and see what follows.
3 days later.
Right, so I just wanted to check in with you guys and give you guys an update about the progress that I have made in The Girl in Red. I am 155 pages into the book, and guys, it's so good. It's so good, you guys. And I have, I think 3 or 4 Christina Henry books. I can't remember if I said that in the earlier clip or not, so if I did, I'm sorry if it sounds redundant, but I've had 3 or 4 of her books on my TBR, my physical TBR, for quite some time. I've never picked up a book, one of her books, but I've just, it's one of those authors that you kind of know you're going to love, so you start collecting their books. Does that ever happen to you guys? Well, it's happened to me. And so I started with this one, and anyway, it's so good, you guys. Her writing is so fluid. I don't know if you guys have ever read her before. If you have, please let me know in the comments what you think, but I am so much enjoying this. I already love a fairy tale retelling, and I don't know, I just find the writing is going so smoothly, and I really want to keep turning the pages to the point where I almost forgot to check in with you guys and let you know how the book is going so far, because I was thinking, I just want to finish it, you know, like I just want to turn the next page and the next page and the next page. So what have we learned so far? Red is a girl who is on her own in the woods, just going through the woods through this I don't want to say like post-apocalyptic, it's not really. They kind of like have a pandemic situation going on where this disease has sort of wreaked havoc across their population, and she's trying to make it to her grandmother's house in the woods. And in the story, she was traveling with her brother through the woods, and we're sort of going back and forth between the before times and the after times. So in the before times, we learn about Red and her mom and dad and her brother and what sort of leads her to being in the woods by herself. And in the after times, we're following her as she's in the woods by herself, trying to escape predators, dangerous goings on, and that type of situation. Like, she's just trying to keep herself safe and not be discovered by these government organizations that are trying to round up the survivors of this pandemic and ship them off to what they're called quarantine camps, what's called quarantine camps in the book. So she's just trying to make her way there. And at this point in the novel, it's not a spoiler, she comes across these two kids in the woods, and they, of course, are survivors, and they have to learn to trust her, and she's got to convince them that she's not out to get them. So that's like the point of the novel that I'm at right now. And it's really, really good. Like, Christina Henry is an extremely strong writer. I think I mentioned this in like an earlier clip, which would have been probably 3 days ago now, that I had DNF'd Assistant to the Villain, because I don't know, that book, I think if you guys follow me on Goodreads, you probably would have seen this already, or potentially also on Instagram if you guys are following me, but I did DNF the book at 5% of it. No, I don't even think I got that far. Like, I think I DNF'd it probably at like chapter 3 or something, because that book was so bad. It was such a mess. I don't even know how anyone can read it. I'm sorry if you love that book, but it was just like absolutely terrible. So anyway, but this is so fluid. This is fluid. This is fluid. The writing is sophisticated. I really like the Red's internal monologue. I like the way she talks to herself and a little bit the audience, the reader, just a little bit, but not in a way that's annoying. It's more like we watch her talking to herself type of thing. And my favorite way to read a book also. So it's third person, past tense, which I really love, the before and the after part. So for me, it's really working very well for my brain. So yeah, I have, let's see, I'm at page 155. So I have at least another, I would say about 130 pages left, because it's about 300 pages. So I'm hoping to be able to finish this book by latest tomorrow. And yeah, I just wanted to check in with you guys and let you know how I'm going. It's slow progress, but it's steady progress. So I guess I'm just going to have to be happy with that. And yeah, I'm going to keep going on. So I will check in with you guys again at the end and let you know what I thought of it. So, Girl in Red.
The next day.
Okay, you guys, so I have just finished The Girl in Red by Christina Henry, and I really enjoyed it. It is, at its core, I think, something of a fantasy fairy tale retelling, but also it has a little bit of horror elements in it. So that's something to be aware of for sure if you're thinking of picking this one up. But essentially what you have is a heroine here who is in her early 20s. She is biracial, she is physically disabled, she is also queer, and it is just a good time to see her sort of taking the world by storm and not letting anything get in her way. For example, even when she could easily have guns in this post-apocalyptic society, she opts to carry around an axe. And I guess in that way is the sort of, even though she's like the Red Riding Hood character, she also ends up kind of being the woodsman character, I guess you could say, because she is the one that is wielding the axe and she's the one that is ultimately doing the saving in this tale. So yeah, I mean, that's not ruining anything for you. I'm not ruining anything for you in terms of the story or the plot line, but she does fulfill sort of multiple roles that you would have seen in the traditional fairy tale. And then the wolf, of course, is kind of symbolic in this story because it really has to do with all of the bad things that can happen to you in the forest, but it's not necessarily a physical wolf such as we see in the fairy tales. So hopefully that will give you guys a rough idea of what is going on in this novel. So again, to sum up, a post-apocalyptic fairy tale horror type of novel. It's pretty short. It just comes in under 300 pages or so. I thought it was a really good time. I think I would give this one 3.5, maybe round it up to 4, just because I feel like the ending was, I don't know what I was expecting in terms of an ending, but I really wasn't expecting it to go there. And what I mean by there is that that's where the kind of horror element, government conspiracy type thing comes into play. But other than that, the writing was fantastic. It was fluid. It kept me engaged. I wanted to turn the pages all the time. It was very colloquial, but not in a way that introduced inappropriate vocabulary for the setting, if that makes sense. Like, you know, when you read a fantasy novel and they start to, and it's kind of like in a Middle Ages type setting and they start using modern day swear words, and that can be kind of jarring. You might have some swear words, but it's a post-apocalyptic dystopian society type setting, so it kind of fits here. If it were taking place in a medieval type setting, I would not kind of jive with the language, if that makes sense. So yeah, I had a really good time with this, and I look forward to reading the other Christina Henry books that are on my physical TBR, and possibly a lot more of the backlist to come. So yeah, this will be the first in the thematic It's Got a Wolf on the Cover vlog that we are doing, and that's The Girl in Red by Christina Henry, and I am a fan.
One eternity later.
I have been a really bad girl. Okay. I've been a bad girl. So it has been a while since I have updated this vlog, and I have been a very bad girl. I totally forgot to film the process and talk to you about this book that I'm about to show you while I was going through the process of reading it. And ultimately, for me, it was a DNF. Okay, so the book we are talking about here is Mongrels by Stephen Graham Jones, which has like the most stunning cover. It had, in my mind, so much promise when I picked it up, but ultimately I think that this author is just not an author for me. So I made it actually 88 pages in, and I want to say, first of all, about this author, he's got like so many books out and he's hugely popular, but I found the prose very choppy, very hard to get through, and having tried the Buffalo Hunter a little earlier this year and DNFing it like somewhere into the first chapter, I just think that perhaps it's a mismatch of the author and myself as a reader, because as you know, if you've been here for a minute, I really do not like to do mental gymnastics when I'm reading for relaxation and pleasure and all of those things. So basically what you have here is the story of a little boy. It's kind of like a coming of age horror type novel where you are dealing with a family of werewolves, and this little boy is being raised by his aunt and uncle, and because he's not come of age yet, which is somewhere around adolescence, I guess, for werewolves, at least according to the lore in the story, his aunt and uncle don't actually know if he's going to be or have the werewolf blood or not. And unfortunately, by page 88, I still don't know if he's going to turn into a werewolf or if he isn't. I imagine that given the fact that there's an entire book built around this premise, he probably is going to be a werewolf, but I will not be finishing the book to find out. I think ultimately I just was not enthralled in the prose and style of this novel, or at least as enthralled as I was when I originally saw the cover. I didn't end up really caring about the characters, and it just did not make sense to me to continue in a book that I didn't feel compelled to return to. So say when I'm reading an author that I really like T.J. Newman or T. Kingfisher, sometimes Leanne Moriarty will do this for me as well, will just keep me coming back with really easy, accessible prose that doesn't require a lot of me energetic-wise. There's certain authors that make me want to return to them. I just didn't find myself wanting to return to this book. I was saying to myself, I have to return to this book, which is never a good sign for me. And I said I have to return to it because I need to finish it, because I have to vlog about it, but this is still considered me vlogging about it. It just was a book that didn't work for me, and I'm really sad about that, but I will definitely be ending up unhauling this at some point. So, I mean, you might like this author. If you do, I think it's probably a really great story. Again, technically, Stephen Graham Jones is a great writer. I just don't know if we kind of mesh as writer and reader. This is my second of his books that I've tried. Now, if you guys were here for my reading taste tag, you guys will remember that I said that I usually give authors one chance before I decide I'm going to jettison them forever. And I actually gave this author 2 chances, because the first time, in the case of the Buffalo Hunter, I tried to read that by listening through audio. and it didn't work for me. So I thought, okay, maybe if I read some of his work with my own eyes, that will change my opinion. Because sometimes, when you're reading audio, you're not really paying attention, especially if you're doing other things at the same time. But I just think that me and this author don't mesh. It's not an author that's for me, but that's not to say anything about this author's talent or anything like that. So yeah, this was a DNF for me, and I guess we will be on to the next one. So I think that what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and end this vlog here and call it episode 1 of, tackling the TBR by reading books with wolves on the cover. And the reason we're going to do that is because I recorded the first part of this vlog in July. The second part of this vlog I recorded, I think, in mid-August. I don't actually exactly remember. And since we're mid-September right now when I'm recording this outro, because I really want to upload this video for you before it gets to the point where it just doesn't make sense to upload it anymore. And come to think of it, I should probably really stop telling you what date it is every time that I record a video, because I think that probably could be an alienating thing, like it won't stand the test of time on YouTube. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, so this vlog has been recorded in over like 3 months, over a 3-month period, which is crazy. So I don't want to make you guys wait any longer. And since I have not yet read another book with a wolf on the cover that I can sit down, I haven't even started one because I did the September TBR teapot and I've been working on my September reads, and so I'm going in a completely different direction. So whenever I need another sort of filler vlog, that's when you guys are going to see episode 2 of reading books with wolves on the cover. Okay, I am not a seasoned YouTuber. I'm a new booktuber. So, things are messy here. Things are messy here. You know that. So let me get this video out for you guys now. I'm going to upload it this morning. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys. If you're still here, you guys are amazing. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, if you want to hang out with me while I go on this reading journey. And I will see you again in the next video. Ciao for now.